So we are in the 8th shloka, 12th chapter, 5th canto. Yada shita eva characharasya vidama nishtam prabhavam janityam tanna mahamato anyat vyavahara moolam nirupyatam sat kriyaya mayam. All of us on the surface of the globe are living entities in different forms. Some of us are moving, some not moving. All of us came into existence, remain for some time, and are annihilated when the bodies again mingle with the earth. We are all simply different transformations of the earth. Different bodies and capacities are simply transformations of the earth that exist in name only. For everything grows out of the earth, and when everything annihilated, it again mingles with the earth. In other words, we are but dust, and we shall but be dust. Everyone can consider this point. Now, Rahuguna was so much lost into the variety, and he was so much lost into the so-called dharmas that get us saved to the variety. Finally, if you take Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, that is also variety. One variety. And we get lost into so much varieties, rules and regulation concerning the variety. And Bhagavad Gita Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja. Forget all these varieties. Originally you are a spirit soul, you are my servant. Okay? So any rules concerning any variety blocks that, forget that rule. Arjuna was talking about how it is, how can I, the traditions which are going on in the families, there's varieties, different traditions are going on. And if I kill all the men on the battlefield, then those traditions will not be followed. And those who break these traditions, I heard from, go to hell. Actually, that is, Krishna says, you're speaking like a learned man. And he's trying to, basically he was trying to show these kind of religious formalities are more important than the politics and sociology, trying to go on higher. The whole bhasha. Bhasha means you're trying to put down something and come to something higher. Arjuna's first chapter bhashan is like that. Okay, they may be my enemies, they have insulted me, all these things. But I have heard Krishna that, those who break the family tradition will go into hell. They're speaking something, something is trying to create. And they are my own men. And so Krishna is speaking like a learned man, kind of fool number one. The same way here, Rahuguna, I'm just trying to develop something similar. But also talking about the Kshatriya, I'm a Kshatriya, so I can control the Shudras, I can scold them. And it is good for them actually when I scold them. I was trying to develop in the same way. So Jadabharata says, all these varieties that you're talking about are elementary. Fundamentally, see, rules and regulations are given for the varieties of Kshatriya, Brahmana and all. Or all these varieties are just transformations of earth, water, fire, air, ether. Correct? And Mana, Buddhi, Ahankara. These are 8 basic ingredients. Bhinna. It is separated from Krishna. Krishna's energy, it is Bhinna Prakriti Ashtada. Bhumi Apo Anulo Vayu Kammano Buddhi Emacha Ahankara Itiyame Bhinna Prakriti Ashtada. So this combination of this has created Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra of this world. This variety has nothing to do with the original spiritual variety. Spiritual world also there is variety, but this variety has nothing to do with it. It's not that I am a man today, so spiritual world also I am a man. Possibly we are not man at all, we may be some other species. Okay? And we may be female. We may be a female cow in the spiritual world. Who knows? We do not know. This variety has no meaning actually. No meaning. It is just, here variety is nothing but different varieties of infection. This has nothing to do with the spiritual existence. Okay? Different infection we have calculated. Karanam guna sangvasya. So that's a janma yonisha. Whatever variety we are seeing is because of the infection we have absorbed in this world and we have to exist in different varieties. In the spiritual world, these varieties do not exist. There is variety spiritual world, but nothing to do with this infection. This is another variety. So before we come to the spiritual variety, we have to negate this variety. Therefore it is a Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Nashojitena Kansati Samaha Sarveshu Bhuteshu. Samaha. He becomes equanimity. Sarva Bhuteshu. Similarly here, Rahuguna is so much lost into I am a king, he is a Shudra, you should lift my child. The Samaha Sarveshu Bhuteshu is needed. You have to first negate material variety, then we come to the spiritual variety. If you are lost, if you are attracted to the material variety, that will hinder your attraction to the spiritual variety. Therefore, purpose is one side we should chant Hare Krishna, other side we should keep senses away from sense object. Why? Because they are addicted to enjoying material variety. So senses kept from sense object means it will help you. Otherwise you will again jump into the daldal. Yeah? Two things parallelly go. When you are hearing about Krishna consciousness, you are hearing the beautiful word of real spiritual variety. In the spiritual world, the variety is eternal. You can't say the dust, you are dust. This is a general statement. Prabhupada added that statement, I think. This is a statement, I think, in Christianity. Dust you are, but you are dust. Maybe from Bible, this statement. So everything is dust. Finally, everything becomes dust. That is material variety. Spiritual variety is eternal. I cannot say this is Mike. It's not the truth. Why? Because it doesn't remain Mike after some time. The whole thing is broken and it will be wires, and after wires it will be rusted and it will be dust. Gone. And comes to stage of iron ore. So that is the situation. But spiritual world, it eternally it's a cow. You know, it's not that it changes. Fluid is fluid. It remains eternally the fluid. The fluid doesn't deteriorate. The kala, that is the unmanifested energy of the Lord, does not act in the spiritual world. In the sense, kala is the energy of the Lord, material world. And what the kala does? It makes things deteriorate. Spiritual world, it cannot act. First thing, it doesn't. It's not just like the three modes are not present in the spiritual world. Sattva-guna, Raja-guna, Tama-guna. It's not present. Why? You cannot, even if it was there, it can't act on the people there. They're all Jivan Mukta Sochide. If somebody comes to spiritual world in this world, the three modes don't act on it. Cannot act on it. So anyway, these are not present. No use for Krishna to put Mahamaya in the spiritual world. There he doesn't need it. There is Yogamaya needed. Okay? Which enhances the pleasure of the devotees. Yogamaya acts in another way. It enhances the pleasure. It facilitates your desire to serve Krishna. And Mahamaya facilitates your desire to be independent of Krishna. Pritak Bhava. Therefore, we were discussing yesterday, and to serve Krishna, you have to understand I am part and parcel. When you understand I am part and parcel of Krishna, there is no Pritak Bhava. Understand I belong to Krishna. I am just like Krishna's finger. I have to participate in Krishna's enjoyment. Because I am part and parcel of Krishna, I should but serve Krishna. I cannot do anything else. So in the material world, the whole society is lost in the material variety. Completely lost. Therefore, Jadabharata is saying, what nonsense is this variety? It is dust finally. And in dust, you can't say discrimination. Prabhupada gives an example. So much Hindus, Muslims fought against each other. I think nobody fought that madly. The millions were killed. Correct? Millions of people died in the partition time, Tamasha. And then again they died in the Bangladesh partition. Again Pakistan annihilated. Their own Muslims annihilated. One variety Muslims, another variety Muslims. The fight was between two varieties of Muslims. Correct? Not Sunni Shia, no? Two varieties of Muslims. Bengali speaking Muslims and this is Pashtun or whatever speaking Muslims, and they fought against each other. There was actually a very big slaughter. To this day, government is trying to punish all the people responsible. Some people, even though they were in Bangladesh, they sided with Pakistan and they organized the slaughter of the people and whatever goes on. Basically, animal life happened. And then, so anyway, so Prabhupada talks about it. There was just like in a locality, at the end of the day, there are 500 bodies lying on the street. And municipality truck comes, picks up them up. which is Hindu, what is Muslim now. You cannot discriminate. You dump them somewhere or whatever you do with them. Correct? What do you do with them? Where is the difference now? One person said, I am Muslim, one person said, I am Hindu. It's all over. It's only a dead body. Can you discriminate? A doctor, they give a body, that they dissect the body, they study. You will find a different body when they open for a Muslim and different body when they open a Hindu. Same intestine, some veins, blood is there. But so much they start feeling a difference just because they associate with different communities. Meaningless. Prabhupada said, never side with any one of them. We don't say the Hindus are greater than Muslims. Prabhupada, no. Why you should say, Prabhupada, one set of rascals is better than another set of rascals? Prabhupada's statement. Why? All bogus. I did not give any credit to anybody. All bogus. Because all are atheists actually. All are atheists. They have no idea about personality of God. Correct? When somebody doesn't understand what is personality of God, he is an atheist. So in any religion you take today, nobody has any idea about personality of God. Some kitch-pitch. All atheist. So basically we reject all of that. So now the point is that this variety that you're talking about, what is the meaning? We get so much involved in this variety. So again variety. This community, I belong to Hinduism, I belong to Muslim, I belong to Christian. This movement will not grow if you get limited and blocked and cripple-minded like that. Proper this kind of idea, I am good, a brother is good and others are bad, is very cripple-minded idea. Correct? How the movement will grow worldwide if you have that kind of cripple-mindedness. Prabhupada said, had I come to America and I said, I'm a Hindu, I want to make you Hindu, they kicked me out. It's such narrow-mindedness. No. Prabhupada came to preach Krishna consciousness. Therefore we are reading Bhagavatam, 8th canto, 8th chapter, and Prabhupada said, yes, temple, churches and mosques are needed. Twice he repeats in the same purpose. Because people understand the authority of the law and the bow down. That is neophyteness. To some degree it benefits people. It's not that just by doing that you become advanced. To some degree, just like people go to in India, they go to Tirupati Balaji temple. Yeah, neophyte Vaishnavas. They go to the darshan of the Lord. Come on. No understanding who is Vishnu, why we should serve Vishnu. Generally, 99.99% people. So they remain Kanishta Bhakta. That is the definition of Kanishta Bhakta. He can only see the Lord and his Guru. That's it. But he doesn't take advantage of his Guru's teaching, so he remains Kanishta. So what is the next stage? Madhyama. The Madhyama, you start understanding there are four things. Ishvara tadadineshu palisheshu disheshu prema maitrika prapaksha yakareti sa Madhyama. You can understand my Lord is there whom I love. You can understand there are Vaishnavas whom I make friendship. You can understand there are innocent people who need my mercy. And there he understands the fourth, there are people who are envious and I ignore them. Okay? So now he comes to one more stage higher, that is Madhyama stage. Okay? The next is the Uttama stage. And wherein a person goes into some kind of trance, he understands he is only he in the world who is not a devotee. The whole world is a devotee. Everything is going by the will of Krishna, except him. He looks at himself and says, I am not following Krishna. I am part and parcel of Krishna, but I am not absorbed in service to Krishna. But everything is moving by will of Krishna. Okay? Stavara dekhe jekana tara murti sarvadahe ishadeva skuti. Everywhere he sees the Lord. Whatever he sees the Lord. He has now naturally become a devotee. Okay? He is into Raganuga Bhakti, not Sadhana Bhakti. We are all into Sadhana Bhakti. We are doing because it is supposed to be done. But a pure devotee, the Lord, Uttama Bhakta, is doing because he wants to do it. The devotion has matured in his heart. From the core of his heart, he wants to serve Krishna. Okay? He is a very, very, very dear to the Lord. So this is the platform at which Jada Bharata was there. And the formalities of this world doesn't make a sense because the varieties of this world should not block ultimate service to Vishnu. Therefore Arjuna, when Krishna says, you are my part and parcel, now you kill Karna, you kill them. Because I am a finger of Krishna, I should move as Krishna is saying, throw the arrow, throw the arrow. Okay? The finger should not think, should I throw or not? Order has come from the body, throw. Correct? So similarly, a finger should not analyze the order, simply execute the order. No, it say move. No, should I move for this purpose? For that purpose I not move. That's not my finger. It should do what I want to do. That's the finger. It should not independently analyze and sometimes do, sometimes not do. Then it is not my finger. So part and parcel should just do what it's supposed to do, not analyze. Okay? Prabhupada says in Bhagavad, Arjuna did not have to consider the order. He has to only execute the order. That is part and parcel. Perfectly in the situation. So when Krishna said kill Karna, he killed him. When Krishna said kill Bhishma, he killed him. Why? Part and parcel. Should have signed. Now, whose responsibility is when part and parcel is acting? The body's, person's responsibility, not the finger responsibility. Similarly, when Arjuna kills in the order of Krishna, no karma for it. Okay? Now you take the so when Arjuna can say, the Kshatriya Dharma says you cannot kill at this situation. Sir, all these are varieties of the word. Finally, they should serve Krishna. If it is blocking service to Krishna, Sarvadharman Parityaja, forget that so-called dharma. That is the meaning of Sarvadharman Parityaja. But it doesn't say forget Mamekam Sharanam Raja. That you cannot forget. Somebody says at the end of Gita says forget everything what I talk. Krishna is not saying forget everything. Krishna is saying forget anything which blocks service to me. Many people are there.
Many people are there. So many people they are arguing that we should forget everything.
Krishna says that you forget everything. And not forget sense gratification. For Sarvadharman Parityaja, sense gratification. Again go back to sense gratification. Correct? Whatever you saw at this point. You forget everything. Enjoy sense gratification. That's what people like. They come to temple, hear everything, and they hear so many things, and they forget everything. And back with their TV. Correct? And they have this Satyanarayan Katha at home. They hear and they forget everything. Switch on the TV again and enjoy. Correct? That is what the general mentality of people is. No. So now, same way Rahuguna, now we analyze. Jada Bharata is a Paramahamsa. Rahuguna should take instruction as servant. And instead of that, as a king, he thinks, lift that chair. Now, even if he was not actually Shudra, he was a Brahmana. Because later Rahuguna realized he's wearing a thread. And he said, I thought you are maybe Brahma Bandho. Brahma Bandho means you are born in a Brahmin family, but the way you are lying like that, you are unfit to be a Brahmin caste. Okay, na? Brahma Bandho. So, you are posing in this word as a Brahma Bandho, but actually you are not Brahma Bandho. So now, Rahuguna, how can he engage a liberated personality in his service? The wrong thing or not? Even if he was a Brahma Bandhu, he cannot engage him. Because dharma should finally end in devotion to the Lord. A Kshatriya dharma, Kshatriya can say, okay, I can take service of lower caste people. Done. But in case it happens the low caste person has become a pure devotee to the Lord, then Sarvadharma Parityaja. You got it? Kshatriya dharma and all basic rules and regulations, but every rule has an exception. So we should always know the essence of the rule so that we can apply exception when needed. Yeah? A teacher is taking class, student should not get up. But in case there is some problem, health problem, he should get up and go. Or suppose number 1, number 2 is in full force, he has to run now. Teacher, please, I have to leave. He cannot say, Sarada, you cannot. The student will say, Saradharma Parityaja, I run now. You got it? Saradharma Parityaja, always essence is there. But if you don't know the essence, then you get too much lost in that rule. And you don't know the practicality. So therefore, there is an exception here that even though he was playing in the world as a mad and dumb man, internally he was not mad and dumb. He was one of the greatest devotees who walked on earth. Jadabharata. Okay, so therefore we have to understand it in a proper way. And just if you get lost in the variety, then Jadabharata's statement is, these varieties have no meaning. It is dust finally. Correct? You can make with the mud you can make a water pot, you can make mud, you can make a gamla in which you can plant a tulsi. There are two different varieties. Right? Or you can make a pot from which you do abhisheka. You can make a pot in which you can cook also. So many varieties you can make. Finally it is earthly. The same way, so this variety at the end has no meaning. So similarly we get so much lost, I am handsome, I am ugly, I am fat, I am thin, it has no meaning, this variety. Meaningless this variety. Srila Prabhupada ki,
Jai.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki.